I'm Tim. Welcome to my channel. It is Monday. Gonna be knocking out some biceps real fast. Yeah, excited. Excited to kick off my workout week. So, still working on the weight loss. Been going good. And just to recap real fast, this is a stream of my workouts. And this year I'm doing a body transformation. The thing that sets my body transformation apart from other body transformations is that I'm not using any sort of supplements. So no protein shakes, protein powders, protein mixes, no creatine, no BCAAs, no pre-workouts, nothing extra. Just trying to get all my nutrients from the food that I eat and see how it goes. So I'm not opposed to supplements. If you want to take them, great. You should do what works best for you, what makes you feel good. Have at it. I've taken them in the past and I've had plenty of good results taking them. I just don't know if it's absolutely necessary to hit my current goals. So just taking a year to see how it goes. A secondary reason is that one of my kids started preschool, and preschool is expensive, so cutting out supplements saves me at least $100 a month. That's $1,200 a year, and in this economy, every little bit helps. So I'm gonna clip this down just a little bit more. All right, gonna get warmed up here. Got the 10-pound dumbbells. I recently I was taking my kids for a walk, and one of them had to have an emergency bathroom stop. So I went into Ross and got them to let us use their bathroom. And when I was there, I saw they had a bunch of really cool canvas art for cheap. So I couldn't help myself. I got a couple of pieces, as you can see, the Venom and Spider-Man. I like Venom a lot. I like the basic concept and the story and just how the story plays out over the years of Venom. And of course, I've always been a fan of Spider-Man. So it's a lot of fun. I was like, oh cool. Like I got the one big canvas for like 25 bucks and the other two pieces for like 11 bucks. Not bad. I expected it'll only increase in value. I'm always surprised by how cheap things that things can be. Also found a lot of pretty cool Halloween stuff for fairly cheap. Found this really cool headless horseman statue that was like $34 or something. It looked really awesome. I don't have it out here. I have it inside, but it looked really cool. I've also discovered that I should probably not go into Ross because they had a lot more stuff that I wanted to buy. Because I like having stuff up that makes me happy. I like comic book stuff. And when things get hard or I'm getting tired too, it's an easy distraction. Kind of help my mind get out of it. It's nice to have little distractions or small things that inspire, just to take your mind off of how your muscles are feeling for a moment. Luis, that's a very interesting setup. You must really like Superman. I do like Superman. I'm a big fan of Superman. I don't think Superman is the most engrossing of comic books. Like, I think he's very supercharged, so it can get kind of repetitive, like the concepts in Superman. But I always like the fact that he is a hero that doesn't need to be. Like, he's purely doing it to help humanity. He doesn't have to. He's not like Batman. He doesn't have a vendetta. You know, a lot of characters aren't doing superhero work just from the goodness of their heart. Except for like Spider-Man does too. He says, I met Henry Cavill at a Comic Con ages ago. He was so nice. Well, that's cool, man. I like when people turn out to be nice and interesting. Like I would have been interesting to meet Christopher Reeves. That story was always very sad, but I liked when Christopher Reeves came back into Smallville. I always thought that was really cool that he did that. He's your favorite Superman? He even complimented your perfume. Well, that's cool. Do you like him in The Witcher as well? I thought he did a great job as Superman. I liked his. I liked the whole take. I thought it was fine that he killed Zod. I think people who don't understand the history of why Superman doesn't kill didn't appreciate it. But the whole hero's code of not killing was only in existence to placate the U.S. government. They wanted to say that they didn't kill because they were threatening to shut down the comic book industry because they thought it would make kids violent. So that's why superheroes like Batman stopped killing, and why they were only like ever fighting aliens and Nazis and robots. Like if you saw them destroying something, it was a robot. It was all about censorship. I wish I did, but I don't think it's a good show. Are you don't think it's a good show because you prefer the video game, or you just don't like the show? Period. I never played the video game, but I know a lot of people that like the video game weren't enthusiastic about the show. I liked it because it gave Henry Cavill a chance to exist outside of Superman, like and have a promising career afterwards. I know he's not doing it anymore, but I know a lot of people like once they play Superman, they're kind of typecasted, and it's hard for them to do anything else. That's just the show. I just think he's a much greater actor. Yeah. I wish they would leave him as Superman, but everyone's got to get their fingers in that pie. Are you Canadian? No, I am American. You? I don't think I've ever had anyone ask me if I was Canadian before. That's a first. Maybe when I was traveling in China, somebody may have asked, but you're from LA? Los Angeles or Louisiana? My accent is unique. All right. Well, my mom's from Tulsa, so that might have crept in a little bit. It does creep in when I say y'all. Los Angeles, how hot is it today there? Pretty hot? I'm in NorCal, so we don't have it nearly as hot as you guys. Here it's last week was hot. We got into the hundreds and 90s a couple of times last week, but this week it looks like it's gonna not go really past like 85. It's gonna be nice and chill. Do you get to go to San Diego to Comic Con a lot then? I think it's like 100. I enjoy the heat, to be honest. I think the heat's nice. I don't have a problem with the heat. I like to wear tank tops a lot outside, so the heat makes it look not quite as silly. When you're doing it in the winter, it looks weird. Have you traveled out of the U.S.? Yeah, I lived in China for a little bit, and then I've been down to Mexico a little bit, but just like the border towns, like never really farther than like Ensenada. But I've been to Mexico. I lived in China for about 2 years. But I traveled around a lot of China in that time. You have to tell me what living in China was like. It was, it was interesting. Um, Things have changed a lot since I lived there. I moved there in 2001. I moved in October 2001, so right after 9/11. And China was very open to Americans. Um, so when you walked around, unless you went to a major city like Beijing or Shanghai or Hong Kong, people kind of treated you like a rock star. People were really friendly. I know in the last like 6 years or so, it's changed. They've, kind of after the Beijing Olympics, it started to change. Prior to the Beijing Olympics, they were really open to foreigners, and then it started to change. Do you speak Mandarin? I speak a little bit. I haven't been in China since it's been 17 years since I've been in China, so my chance to practice is not as good. My mom is Singaporean, Chinese. My dad is white. That's cool. Do you speak any language besides English then? I've never been to Singapore. I think it would be interesting to go there. Just English for me. It's okay. That's all right. You still have whole life to learn or figure it out. And English is very popular. What sort of work did you do in China? I was 16, but I taught English. I got jobs teaching English there or tutoring. That's such a cool experience to be traveling and living elsewhere when you're young. It is. It's very cool. It's a huge eye opener. It definitely changed a lot of how I saw the world and understood the world. Um, Prior to living in China, I'd always planned on joining the military. I come from a long line of military service, but after living there and understanding how many innocent people there are there and know very little about their government, and then just the idea that we always talk about going to war with them so flippantly, it just made it really unappealing and made me realize that when you go to war, the majority of the people you're going to fight are just innocent people trying to survive. And that really made me not want to join. And I'm not opposed to the military. I don't talk bad about our military. I think most of the people in our military are doing it for honorable reasons. I have a lot of issues with people that lead our military. The politicians and people that aren't going to fight, but don't have a problem sending other people into harm's way. So that definitely changed my life trajectory. And again, like I said, I don't, would never disrespect our military, but I just I never wanted to kill somebody who didn't have a choice about whether or not they even were fighting. But yeah, I would definitely recommend getting out of the country. I want to work abroad, but haven't thought about it yet. Just turned 21. I feel like time is running out. Oh, it's not. It's not. Don't let anybody in this world rush you into anything. especially in the United States, we rush people into career paths, we rush people into stuff, and then we wonder why we're all so unhappy. Take your time. You want to go do some stuff out of the country? Go do it. Just go. Buy a ticket. Go get your passport. Go and have some fun. Go see some stuff. I definitely think rushing into life is a mistake. But I know like you're 21, you probably have people trying to rush you through college or into a career, and I think just take your time. So I love my Mexico trip so much. Wouldn't mind living there for a while. Yeah, I mean, I definitely encourage people to get out of the country and see that we're all very similar, despite all the surface differences.